So we got some king mirror matches, but does anybody know how to change those backgrounds? Like get them custom backgrounds or whatever? Like, is there a tutorial somewhere out in these streets? Because I'm like low key curious. I want to change the background so we can have our little custom background, and even the Don. Like, how do you go about doing that? But okay, choose. Ooh, we ditched our queen because I figured once you see two Onigashimas in hand, that's a guaranteed target for queen. But I guess there's danger in taking life too early, maybe. Anyway, yeah. So if anybody knows if there's a video out there or whatever, let us know so we can go about changing up our background. And of course, any leaders you want to see, feel free to voice your opinions in the comment section. Play Jack first. We're getting rid of that queen. Okay, cool. Oh, and Jack lets us cycle. That's right. So we really didn't need the queen. Jack is a really good card, just in general. Stats are crazy, so he sticks. Yeah, it's like his stats are crazy. Like right now, we would dead need an Ice Age. But anything we put on the board is gonna be at risk. That's the problem. Yeah, low key, we might need to draw. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, we might actually just need to use our leader ability to help us draw into something we need. Because if we play search, where there's a liability of not having enough that we need. Let me see. 2, 1. Well, that's not going to stay on the board, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, we would need like an Ice Age. Man, I would have been. Did we swing? I wasn't even paying attention. I was in thought. Because I could have sworn we probably just cycled with our Jack. So yeah, I would have just got rid of those queens off the board. Because I mean, like, yeah, he's going to use them. Yeah, Jack and Nico Robin is just a toxic combo. Yeah, in the late game, we don't really need the kid. Oh my goodness. Well, now you just made your Jack very vulnerable. Yeah, get rid of 1k. Save the 2k for an emergency. See, no Don. Dad, we got mad Jacks. No Don. Just a brawlic swing. Well, that still can get 2 cards out the hand. Okay, cool. And hey, I would say just because of that, they probably ain't gonna have that. Yeah, they're probably not gonna have enough. See, here it is. This is the swing to take out the Jack. I would say it needs to be 5 Don minimum. There's no need to like play it safe. You can use your leader ability to draw. So there's no need to really play it safe, Oh, we forgot to draw. Oh well. Probably thinking about it right now. Yep, that kind of sucks. I guess that's technically the importance of making sure you swing confidently with your character sometimes. Oh wow, more jacks. Because we swung. Ooh, okay. We got two blockers. And then a jack can help us cycle our hand. Okay, what was I thinking? What was my brain at? Oh, we don't need that. We don't need this. Well, for counter power, yeah, we can keep it. And then I would get that chopper on board. You gotta take out the queens. They're too annoying. Once you take them out, you just put them down to virtually one character. You're good. He saved it. Okay. Oh, risky. Why are we putting Dawn on anything? Well, we got no way to have an active Dawn. Okay, so I'm assuming, and then nobody's really playing Rush, right? So I'm assuming, oh, he quit. Okay, there you go. Yeah, just get rid of the two queens, and then it's just your game. But I would have had the chopper on the board. I would have been so nervous. Yeah, now that I think about it, any KO play would have put, our player in jeopardy of losing. KO the blocker, and that's it. So yeah, I definitely would have had that chopper out there. And that's actually good. We bottom decked two Onigashimas because we got one in hand, so we don't have to worry too much now. Laws of statistics. There's only one floating around that we might bump into. I realized something about King. He technically has what he needs to be a dominant leader, but the trick, of course, an excessive Dawn cost is always going to put you in a weird place. Like theoretically, if Z came out today instead of when he did, then he would not cost 4 Dawn for his ability. It wouldn't be 4. It would probably be 3. Or it would be 2 with like maybe a leader locking condition, ? Who knows? In this current meta, it probably would just be 2 and that's it. But like the point is, yeah, right now eating up 2 Dawn is risky, but it gives you like what you call it. But the other factor to the leader is the choice. It's like, when is it worth doing the -2 and when is it worth drawing? It's kind of like a combination. There's a lot of, so it's a combination of 2 things. It's like your Dawn management and your decision making, because if he only had one ability, it would be derpy. And not saying it would be derpy broken, but it would be derpy in the sense of you don't have to think, you just do, and that's it. You just do. And that would make it a lot easier for people to build around the leader and use him overall. But yeah, outside of that, I think that's the only thing that puts King in a very weird place. It's like, how do you manage both the abilities? Well, I think the overall ticket is in almost every purple deck in general, ramp to 10 Dawn so you don't have to think about it no more. It's like if every purple deck can, in theory, get to 10 Dawn, like let's say turn 3, and I'm not saying that that's what it should be. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in theory, god damn, look at that board. I'm saying in theory, if they can get to 10 Dawn quickly, then the meta for purple will be dramatically different, because not simply like, oh, they'll be the best deck, but more so they'll be functional. Because a lot of times it's like, if I can just get to 10 Dawn, then I can reach that state where I can guaranteed eat 2 Dawn without losing a turn. That's kind of what, because you can't gain more than 10. We can't get to 11. We can't get to 12. So once we get to 10, if we eat up 2 Dawn, we'll just be back at 10. So we don't sacrifice our turn. We don't hold ourselves back a turn. So and a lot of purple decks can flow once they're at their 10 Dawn state. And going back to King, of course, when you eat 2, you hold yourself back a turn. So your turn 3 would be turn 3 next turn. Your turn 4 would be a turn 3 dawn state. And if you do it again, your turn 5 would be a turn 3 dawn state. So that's ultimately what it is. It's like the combination of dawn management and your decision, your choice between drawing and lowering cost. So that's what puts King in a weird state. But he technically has what he needs to be a very scary leader, in my personal opinion. It's just whoever can figure out the recipe is going to make King a very scary leader. Because just Jack alone is insane. Monster. And then Kaido, 9-drop Kaido, I feel like in the future, he's just going to be a staple. But I see the power in him and King, because King lets you draw. So he compensates for that card you're going to discard. So it's like, it's like imagining in theory, you don't discard anything. You just play this big body. Forgive me for not commentating the match. I'm just sharing my thoughts. So yeah, it's like you play that and I popped a character and I ate a card out your hand. So I just took 2 and then I draw. So it nullifies the discard in theory. So I feel like, but even without the draw, it's still pretty decent. I damaged your board development and damaged your hand while I developed my board, and it only cost 1 card out of my hand. So I think in the long run, Kaido's still good in general. But all right, like right now, our Kaido can take his Kaido off the board. We can literally just play it, then activate leader ability and take his Kaido off the board. It's kind of funny. I feel like that's what we should do, to be honest. Let that go. Most likely gonna let that one go too. Can we get a Kaido bomb? I want to see it. Boop. And there you go. Off the board. Lose a card out your hand. Makes it even worse for you. And this is the lovely thing about the 10 Dawn state, especially when you even got a ramp card like this. You can, in theory, eat up 3 Dawn every turn, and then you'll always be at your 10 Dawn state. That's the beauty of the 10 Dawn state. All right, a G.